I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses. And the voice I hear falling on my ears, the Son of God discloses. And he walks with me and he talks with me and he tells me I am his own. And the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. Hey everybody, it's Lady Cheryl. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's Wednesday morning. It is currently 66 degrees. The high will be 78 and the low is expected to be 52. So I decided it would be a good day to transplant some of my seedlings into my little grow boxes I have on platforms. And okay, yeah, let's get started. This is the time of the year that I get a lot of allergies. Everything is blooming and budding and pollen is in the air. And so I have my mask on. So if I sound muffled, that's the reason. But you guys know, even though these are in different containers that I buy things and put on, that are on sale, I save them. I wash them out with a touch of bleach. And they are putting on peppers, as you can see here. This is my gratitude garden. I don't know the exact name of this pepper. I'll look it up later and try to remember to insert it, but it was given to me, the seeds. And you can see a pepper growing here. And where's my finger? There we go. And I've shown you how I topped these off and how they grew back so vigorously, and they're looking really good. So it's time to get them in the soil, into the grow boxes, for the simple reason the peppers are growing real nice and the plants are root bound. So what I did was I brought out some cow manure. It's black cow. I'll insert a picture so you can see what I'm talking about. And I went all through the soil and fluffed it up and removed the society garlic. I'm gonna put it all around the border. I've been multiplying this for a few years. I started out with just 3 garlic cloves from Lowe's that was on clearance for $1. It came in a little 4-inch pot, probably about this size. And then I ordered 3 off of eBay, and now I have over 100. And see, look right here. You see how easy that divides? But I don't want to pull it off because I want to make sure that I have some parts of the root in each piece. As you propagate it, you just slice it through. I have videos on that, and you can check out my playlist. Because as you can see, this is a lot of garlic. Okay, but it's going to be very useful because I'm going to put it around the border. That deters insects. Now, the first thing I'm going to add to, and I'll show it to you right here, to refresh the garden beds will be azomite rock dust. It comes in a 40 or 44 pound bag, and it is volcano ash. And it's a lot of nutrients that will really enrich your soil. The second thing I'm going to add is the worm castings. These worm castings will act as a organic fertilizer to boost up the nutrition in your reclaimed soil, because I've been using this soil for years. So I'm going to add a little of all 3 of these ingredients: black cow manure, which is aged, worm castings, and azomite rock dust. And then I'll come back and I'll show you how I transplant my seedlings. And remember, I started all of the pepper seeds in December of 2021. So as you can see here, I've added all 3 ingredients, And I just don't put it in the hole where I'm going to actually transplant it. I sprinkle it around the entire box. So that I am feeding all of the soil, not just where the plant will reside. Because, you know, those roots are going to extend out. And I hope the plane overhead is not muffling too much. And always wear a mask when you are dealing with the rock dust, because it's a very fine powder that can easily get into your lungs and you might be allergic to something, okay? So I just mix it in about 4 or 5 inches down, because every time you water the soil, those 3 good things are going to travel further and further to the bottom of the box, okay? So I didn't add any more new potting mix or anything like that, because there's going to be plenty that you'll see that's going to come out of this container. Okay, so I'm just going to try to do this with one hand. I'm going to coax the plant out. There we go. And you can see where I watered it yesterday has a lot of water. I always try to water before I transplant. And this one is, you guys know, I gotta look this up. I can't even tell what that is. P-E-R-E-E-Y. Anyway, I'll put the sticker close to it, and I'll figure out what it is and I'll insert it. Okay, I don't want to go too close to the edge because I want to be able to get down this aisle here. And I don't want to go too close to the center because I usually put like a zinnia or a marigold in the middle. So I'm just going to dig this out a little bit. I love to put my hands in the dirt. I'm sure you heard me say that a lot. So that's a nice size hole there. You want to make sure that it's a little bit bigger than what you took out of the pot. That fits perfectly, not too close to the edge. And now I'm just going to cover it up. And after I cover it up, I'm going to press down. You press down so that you don't have air pockets. So when you water, you won't just have your plant sitting in a pool of water and getting root rot. So I'm going to put this back over here, this little label, and I'll look at my journal to make sure what that is. And then this is the first time I planted some pepper plants in the grow boxes. So, and I think I could put 4. So I'm making a hole and I'm gonna get a nice sized plant. I'm just gonna coax it out. There we go. And it was getting root bound because it was getting to the point where I had to water it every day. And I'm gonna be careful the way I pick it up and put it in that hole, not too close to the edge. Then I'm just gonna cover it up. I always start off with a shovel, but I always end up, I'm gonna press down. I always end up using my hands. Okay, so now I'm going to put another one here. And this little hole I'm making right here. I want to put 4 in, so I'll get this one. I don't know if this is a puccini or what this one is. I've never grown this pepper before, so I'm gonna be careful as I can and try not to break this. Scoop it up. And I had to stake this one early. I had to go outside and get a little twig when this was in the house because it grew so fast. It was leaning over. So I don't want the leaves to touch the ground. So you don't want any soil-borne funguses to reach your peppers. So I'm gonna take a few leaves off. Just pinching a few of them off. And that pepper is trying to go in the ground, so now it's time for me to press down. I sure hate that it's touching the ground. See if I can get it down a little bit further. Yeah, that's it. I hope I got that videoed. Pressing down, and when I water slowly, it should go down even more. So we have 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna do one more, and I'll do this one. It's a nice little plant, and we're gonna put that one right in here. That's a good hole there. I'll take it out the pot. The sun is out real bright today, so I really can't hardly see what I'm filming. Okay, let's go down in there. And we're gonna cover it up. Some soil behind there. I don't even like the way that leaf looks, or that one. Gonna press down, and I guarantee you, where I took those leaves off, I lost the pepper. Everywhere I took that leaf off, it's going to grow another branch. Okay, we got everything all pressed down good. Everything is looking good. Okay, now over here, I'm going to do the same thing to this box. Okay, I just saw something I thought I would bring to your attention. This is why I remove the covering, the mesh covering from those peaked pellets. Because one, sometimes it's hard for the roots to get through to them, and the more you garden them, you'll know which ones. And two, they're supposed to decompose. And you can see this hasn't decomposed. So that means, you know, sometimes this stuff doesn't decompose in a timely manner. So that's why I carefully take them off. But it's up to you if you want to keep them on or not. Okay, so this is the society garlic in its dormant phase. And when you divide it, all you want to do is just make sure that you get some of the roots into each piece. I think it'll be easier for me to demonstrate it on this one. This is the top, you can see the shriveled back, and this is the bottom. The roots are growing down. So I'm just going to come in here with some pea shears and cut it. And you can even trim up the roots if you want. It won't harm it. Just like you do hair. And then you want to put it in the ground. Now I'm going to find a couple more pieces, show you how I'm going to transplant it. This is the top. As you see, that's the decaying, or it feels like mush. So I'm just going to come in here and cut a piece off just like that. And that's easy. That's how you propagate it. My little grandson Brian is an excellent propagator of society garlic. Okay, so you see the little sprout right there where my finger is, and right here, and right here, and right there, and then along the back. I'm just going to outline the container. I think I'll put one more right here. Did you see that pepper on there? Oh, where is it? That's so cute. So making a little hole, taking a piece. This is the top. I already trimmed the roots, pushing it down, making sure all the roots are covered. Press down everything. My neighbor is starting up his truck, so I'll stop. Okay guys, I have everything planted. And as you can see, I put 4 pepper plants in each of these 3 grow boxes, and I put a marigold on either end in the center, there and here, and I put a zinnia right in the middle. Now I know you're wondering, what is she going to do if we get a freeze? Well, according to the Farmer's Almanac, we're not supposed to get another freeze until next winter. But the forecast for North Texas, Mesquite, Texas to be exact, zone 8H, we're supposed to have beautiful weather in the 60s and 70s and 40s and 50s at night, all the way up until March 30th. So if that weather forecast holds up, we should be fine. But just in case we get a freeze, next I'm going to show you what I intend to do to protect my crops. Okay, so it is currently 77 degrees, and the peppers have been out here in full sun for about 4 hours, maybe 5. And now I'm going to put a blanket plant cover on them, and you can get this at Amazon. And as you can see, it's 10 feet by 30 feet, and it is effective in protecting your plants from a frost and cold weather, and it'll help keep insects off of the plants, and of course it'll insulate seedlings and young plants, as you can see here. And these are young plants. Even though they are bearing fruit, they are still considered young plants. So I'm going to cut a piece, and let me step back and show you these hoops. And by the time the plant grows taller than these hoops, then I wouldn't need any protection on them at all. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece, and then I'll clip it on with these clips that I told you that I got. I got these specifically for these narrow hoops, because the big clips that I use, you know, it's just too bulky. So you can pin it just like that, and that'll secure the material. Okay, I'm getting ready to cut it right now. I have the row cover. Some people call it that. Some people call it insect cloths or frost cloths. I've got it on here. Now, let me show you what it's what I did yesterday. I'm harvesting tomatoes out of the greenhouse today. I actually let some of them get too ripe, but I'm going to take a few of these. This is when it should be. Well, this one's a little too ripe too, but you should harvest them, this green tomato, when you get a tinge of yellow to it. I didn't bring my nippers out here, so I'm trying to take it off. And I'm going to get this one as well. And you see cracks when you have inconsistent temperatures or watering. And since these have been grown in the greenhouse, it's difficult to control the temperature in the winter. Here's a nice one right here. Let me see if I can put this down. Okay, this is the color that this tomato, this giant white tomato, should be when you harvest it. It should have just a little tinge of yellow. Excuse my nails because I've been working and I'm not supposed to, but I couldn't help it. But yeah, I let these ripen a little too long, and it's real soft, but that's okay. I'm gonna make some salsa out of it tomorrow. But aren't these pretty right here? Beautiful tomatoes. I'm gonna cut them down to about 3 feet and try to get some more of these tomato blooms to mature. Now let's go over here. This is that mushroom basket tomato. This one is ripe. And this one is almost ripe, so I'll go ahead and take this one because I really am going to rest for a few days. So let me get this one. And this one will ripen on the counter. One of the few fruits that can ripen off of the vine and still not lose its flavor or sweetness is tomatoes. Okay, now is that pretty or what? Yep, I'm gonna take these in the house, and I just had to share that with you. Look how beautiful my petunias are. Yep, they're very happy about my harvest. These tomatoes, by the way, this mushroom basket is a very acidic tomato, and it tastes really well. Okay guys, this concludes this video. I'm supposed to be resting today, but I had to come out and open up the greenhouse. And before I knew it, I was potting up seedlings and water a few plants, and I saw these tomatoes were overripe and decided to harvest them. And of course, you know, I had to share it with you. If you would like to learn how to grow food all year long in your greenhouse or inside your home, please like and subscribe to my channel. And you are welcome to join my perks clubs where I do giveaways, shout outs during my Monday night chats, as well as free classes on how to make natural hair and skin care products, as well as make natural organic soy wax candles. And I also teach classes on how to preserve your harvest. You can sign up for my perks memberships by just going onto my channel and hitting the join button. We'll be happy to take you in our special clubs. So if you want to learn how to pressure can, water bath can, dehydrate food, join our memberships. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye now.